thought it had been a while since somebody had made a cameo. So I brought her in, and of course she's being extra cooperative. So, but this is my sugar. All right. Good morning, beloveds. Okay, I'm being distracted by petting the cat. Maybe I shouldn't have brought the cat in today. It's Thursday, so today normally would have been a run day, but with whatever I have done to my knee, I'm not allowed to run right now. And so I got up or I let myself sleep in a little bit, especially since Tom had to go to work early. His CEO was supposed to come in and visit him. And so I let myself sleep in just a half an hour. And then I got up and I did my physical therapy, and I did a bunch of stretches, and then they're weird right now. It's the change in the weather, because Rita's like walking around the house talking, and I don't know what she's talking about. So, all right. Okay. So, I just saw in the news that the census is about to end. So if you haven't done that, please do that. And if you are in Texas, and there she goes, early voting has started, so please do that. And then let's get on with the business of the 365 Science of Mind. Oh, okay, it is October 15th, and our title today is I Am Rich with the Richness of God. The divine will never fail me as long as I have implicit faith in it. If I feel myself getting caught in fear and doubt, I take time to reaffirm my union with the great outflowing givingness of life. I take time for prayer and meditation. In this way, I am always receptive to the gifts of abundance that God has already made. Today, I accept the gift of God's abundance. Everything that I am and that I have is increased by it. I identify everything I do with success. I think affirmatively, and in all my prayers, I accept abundance. Whatever I need, whenever I need it, wherever I need it, for as long as I need it, will always be at hand. I no longer see negation or delay or stagnation in my endeavors. The action of the living Spirit makes everything I do proper, increases every good I possess, and brings success to me and everyone I meet. Everything I think about and do is animated by the divine presence, sustained by the infinite power, and multiplied by the divine goodness. The world is mine, and the fullness thereof. Today I expect the more abundant life. I keep my thought open to the new experiences and opportunities for greater expression. As I share and give myself to life, the one life pours its bounty on me. As life finds a fuller outlet through me, I discover a betterment in everything I do, a higher realization in the richness that is God. Okay. I had several thoughts as I was reading, so hopefully they'll come back when I hit those lines again. But there's two things that struck me is in that first paragraph, he's saying, take time to pray, take time to meditate, take time. If you're not feeling the richness of life, the wonderment of life, take some time. As Americans, I mean, they've done research. As Americans, we're terrible at taking time for ourselves. We don't take sick leave. We don't take vacations, or if we do take vacations, we don't take renewing vacations, and we're just really bad at taking vacations. So he is straight up telling us we need to renew ourselves, because when we wear ourselves out, with the noise of the world, then it makes that connection that we have harder to feel and to see. So then we're not seeing the abundance around us because we're tired. I would tell you that's exactly what this knee injury of mine is I was in a hurry. I was almost finished and I just wanted to be done. And so, okay, I rushed and it hurt and it still hurts. And until I take that lesson in to slow down and take care of myself, it's going to keep hurting, because pain is information. And until I receive the message, it's going to keep hurting. And honestly, I really haven't slowed down. No, I'm and I keep telling myself I can't afford to. And it's not about money. It's not about money. I took my ice pack to work yesterday and then had an incredibly busy day and never iced my knee properly while I was at work. And that's on me. So slow down, take time, rest, allow your well to fill back up. It's filling up from an inexhaustible supply. But you have to slow down enough to turn the faucet up. Okay, in whatever you're hearing, trust me, I'm talking to myself right now. I want my knee to heal. And for it to heal, I need to slow down. I need to take it seriously. So, all right. The divine will never fail me as long as I have implicit faith in it. Where is that faith coming from? Because faith is something that we get to work on. We have the privilege of working on our faith. It's not just there. It is a skill. Think about faith as a skill. Ooh, I'm going to write that one down. Faith is a skill that we need to sharpen, to hone, to work on, to increase. And how do we do that? Because this is what he says. If I feel myself getting caught up in fear and doubt, I take the time to reaffirm my union with the great outflowing givingness of life. When we're tired, we don't see that great outflow. When we're in pain, we don't see that great outflow. So I take the time to reaffirm my union. I work on my faith. I work on faith as a skill. I take time for prayer and meditation. In this way, I am always receptive to the gift of abundance that God has already made. Okay? So when we rest and when we work on our faith, then we'll see all the wonderment around us. But when we're tired, we don't see it. So, faith is a skill. I got to remember to write that down. I would write it down, but I would write it on my phone and, well, it's doing something else right now. Today I accept the gift of God's abundance. Everything that I am and that I have is increased by it. How big is your cup of acceptance? I say it a lot. How big is your cup of acceptance? The abundance is all around us, but if we're too tired to see it, there's that. Or if we are unwilling to accept it because we don't feel like we're worthy. I identify with everything I've got all the words. I just keep putting them in the wrong order. I apologize. I don't know why this line is screwing me up. I identify everything I do with success. I've seen it recently where it says there's no such thing as failure. It's lesson learned and move on. And the other one I keep seeing is about starting over. It's like when we start over, we're not starting over from scratch. We're starting with the lessons that we've already learned. So we're not back to zero. If you think about it from 1 to 10, how much did you learn? You're never going to go back to zero. So don't ever think that you've failed. Think that what you have done is, okay, lesson learned. I'm going to take the lessons that I've learned, incorporate them, and move on. So maybe you go back to 5. Maybe you go back to 1. Point is, you're not going back to 0. There is no failure. Okay. I think affirmatively, and in all my prayers, I accept abundance. Whatever I need, whenever I need it, wherever I need it, for as long as I need it, will always be at hand. All right, you need a power statement? There it is. In this line today, whatever I need, whenever I need it, wherever I need it, for as long as I need it, will always be at hand. So, say it to yourself when you are in one of those situations where you don't think you've got what you need. Whatever you need, whenever you need it, wherever you need it, for as long as you need it, will always be at hand. I no longer see negation or delay or stagnation in my endeavors. The action of the living Spirit makes everything I do prosper. And really that's, again, let's go back to faith as a skill. The action of the living Spirit makes everything I do prosper. Let me turn that faucet on and let more of that flow in. Because the more of that flow of that living Spirit that I let into what I do, the more prosperous, successful, abundant I will be. But it's my choice to allow it in. It's your choice to allow it in. There's nothing between you and that Spirit except your own belief. Increases every good I possess and brings success to me and everyone I meet. And there it is. To everyone I meet. The good that you have naturally multiplies when you share it. The best way to multiply good is to share. I got off on that yesterday because if you want to multiply good, share it. If you want to multiply love, share it. And if you want to diffuse us, if you want to reduce what we would call a negative situation, share it. Because burdens are lightened when shared, and joy is multiplied when shared. 10 years from now, I'm going to come back and watch this and go, wow, I was really onto something there. Let's see if I listened. Okay. I've had some good counselors in my life, so everything I think about and do is animated by the divine presence, sustained by the infinite power, and multiplied by the divine goodness, according to my willingness to allow. The world is mine and the fullness thereof. Okay, that's in quotes. I will guarantee you that's probably a quote. Most likely from the Bible, possibly Emerson. Today I expect the more abundant life. I keep my thoughts open to new experiences and opportunities for great expression. And that's one of the secrets. The more open your mind is, the more likely you are to see. When we have a narrow focus or a closed mind, things just happen around us and we never notice. So if you are looking for more good, the best way to do it is to open up. To look for good and ideas in places that you hadn't thought about before. Just widen your field of vision. I know, easier said than done. But there are teachers out there that can help. Or just ask people that you trust. Hey, I need a wider vision on this. I need a more in-depth vision on this. Let me use you as a sounding board. And prayer, treatment, and meditation. Prayer is talking to God. Meditation is listening to God. As I share and give myself to life, the one life pours its bounty onto me. As I share and give myself to life, the one life pours its bounty onto me. It's a cooperative relationship. I gotta do my part. Spirit can only do for me what it can do through me, which means I have to get up and do. Or sometimes I have to sit down and do. You know what I mean. As life finds a fuller outlet through me, I discover a betterment in everything I do. Okay? As life finds a fuller outlet through me. And the only way life can find a fuller outlet through me is when I cooperate with it. It's a reciprocal relationship. The more open I am to life, the more life is going to pour into me. Same thing for you. The more open you are to life, the more open you are to good, the more open you are to spirit, the more spirit is going to pour into you. I discover a betterment in everything I do, a higher realization of the richness of God. All right. So our mission, should we choose to accept it today? I usually try and pull something, a phrase out of the reading. Okay. So our mission, should we choose, because I really love this statement. Our mission, should we choose to accept it our mission, should we choose to accept it today, is to recognize whatever we need, whenever we need it, wherever we need it, for as long as we need it, will always be at hand. And that is, because so frequently we go into situations and we're like, I don't have everything I need. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because you have everything within you, and what else you need, you will attract to you with willingness. So, one of the things that I'm now going to think about is that faith is a skill, and it is something we need to practice. And how can we practice faith? And now I've asked you a question I don't have an answer to. So I would be interested to hear what your answers are. How do you practice faith? But Ernest says to pray, to meditate. We know that he likes to talk, so read and write and, create your visions for the world in a medium that makes sense to you. If you draw, if you paint, if you sculpt, if you write, whatever medium you use to create your vision, and practice your faith. Practice your faith as the skill. Recognize that it is something that you can practice. It is something that you can hone. It is something that you can make better. You can sharpen your faith. And if you sharpen your faith, it will cut through the nonsense of the world around you, and you will get it done. All right. I'm going to move into the process of my day. And I encourage you to do that too. So, as I always do, I encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself today and every day. Because you are a beloved child of God in whom Spirit is well pleased, and you deserve it. All right? Oh, it is a nice day, and if you live here in South Houston, we are going to get a cold front. A cold front. It may get down into the 50s. I'm not excited about that at all. Within the next 24 to 48 hours. But the highs are still going to be in the 70s. So, yeah, I know where I live. Open your windows. Allow your some fresh air in. Allow that fresh air in to bring a fresh perspective. Allow it to blow the cobwebs out of your brain. And open the windows of your soul. And allow that breath of heaven to remind you that you live in heaven now. It's up to you to recognize it, because the goodness is all around you. All right. Engage the mind and the body, and have a wonderful day. All right. Reverend David will be on with you around 5 p.m. today. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. I don't know where that southern accent just came from. Have a wonderful day, beloveds.